Boeing is once again under intense global scrutiny following the catastrophic crash of Air India Flight 171, which killed 260 people shortly after takeoff from Ahmedabad on June 12, 2025. Investigators revealed that both engine fuel control switches on the Boeing 787 Dreamliner had been moved from run to cut-off seconds before the engines failed. This shocking discovery has reignited concerns about Boeing's design safety and crisis management, forcing the aviation giant into damage control as governments and airlines worldwide demand answers. The fuel switch controversy. The black box recordings stunned investigators. Both fuel switches were deliberately moved in sequence, shutting down the engines mid-climb. What remains unclear is whether this action was caused by human error, intentional sabotage, or a mechanical defect in the locking mechanism. Boeing's 787 fuel switches feature a protective gate designed to prevent accidental activation, but a 2018 FAA advisory warned of potential faults in this system. That warning, while documented, never led to mandatory inspections, a decision now under heavy criticism. Boeing's response under pressure. Facing mounting backlash, Boeing has launched internal reviews and issued urgent bulletins to all 787 operators, instructing them to inspect fuel switch mechanisms immediately. The company has also pledged full cooperation with Indian investigators while emphasizing that no definitive link has yet been found between its design and the accident. However, critics argue that Boeing is focusing on controlling the narrative rather than addressing deep-rooted safety concerns, a pattern seen during the 737 MAX crisis years earlier. Global regulatory reaction. Regulatory bodies worldwide have moved swiftly in response. India's Directorate General of Civil Aviation ordered mandatory inspections of all 787 and certain 737 models operating in the country. Other nations, including Singapore, the UAE, and Qatar, have issued similar directives. While no fleet groundings have occurred, airlines are under pressure to confirm the integrity of their fuel switch assemblies within days. Aviation experts warn that even a single confirmed defect could trigger broader recalls or retrofits across Boeing's fleet. Pilot associations are pushing back against speculation that places blame on the deceased Air India captain. The Federation of Indian Pilots and the International Federation of Airline Pilots Associations have condemned leaks suggesting pilot error, calling them premature and potentially misleading. They argue that focusing on the pilot diverts attention from possible mechanical flaws that could pose risks to other aircraft. This investigation must remain fact-based, not politically convenient, one union representative said. Impact on Boeing's reputation. The controversy arrives at a fragile moment for Boeing. Still recovering from the 737 MAX disasters, the company has struggled to rebuild public trust. This latest incident risks undoing years of effort and reigniting doubts about Boeing's safety culture. Financial analysts have already reported dips in Boeing's stock value as investors brace for possible lawsuits, retrofit costs, and stricter regulatory oversight. Airlines, too, are quietly reevaluating future Boeing purchases amid mounting uncertainty. What happens next? The investigation into Flight 171 is far from over. Authorities are analyzing maintenance logs, flight data, and potential design flaws, with a final report expected in 2026. In the meantime, Boeing faces the dual challenge of cooperating with investigators while reassuring airlines and passengers that its aircraft remain safe. Whether this crisis escalates or resolves may depend on a single question. Was the crash caused by a preventable mechanical defect, or by human action that no design could foresee? Boeing's response to the Air India 171 tragedy will define its future in commercial aviation. The company is in crisis mode, fighting to prove that its Dreamliner remains safe even as regulators and the public demand transparency. Until the investigation delivers answers, the shadow of the fuel switch controversy will loom large. Not just over Boeing, but over every passenger who steps aboard a 787. For Boeing, This is more than a safety review. It's a battle for survival in the court of public opinion.